Let's talk about the Week 5 game against the Cowboys. A lot of injuries on the Dallas side of things. Chidobe Awuzie, starting corner, is on IR. Anthony Brown, starting corner, is on IR. Starting tackle, L. Collins, is on IR. Cameron Erving, another tackle, is on IR. Mitch Hyatt, another tackle, is on IR. Tight end Blake Jarwin is on IR. Sean Lee is on IR. And starting linebacker Leighton Vander Esch is on IR. Tyron Smith is questionable. DeMarcus Lawrence is questionable. It's just a lot of big names, a lot of key names. Now, we said the same thing going into the San Francisco game, and we were not up to the task. So I don't know that benefits us. I don't know if we get a big head when we see that. I know I got a big head when I saw the people down for the 49ers going to that game. So I guess don't look too much into that. I don't know if that really does give us an advantage because we've seen how that's played out. But the Cowboys offense is ranked third in terms of points per game, with averaging almost 32 per contest. Their defense, not so much. They've given up almost 37 points per game and are ranked dead last in scoring. They're among the top 5 worst fantasy defense against quarterbacks and wide receivers. So if there was ever a time for Daniel Jones to have a breakout game, and for Darius Slayton and Golden Tate and Evan Engram and Ratley and that whole crew to put up some numbers, this is the game. Honest to God, let's do it, folks. If Jones has less than 300 yards passing, if he has less than 2 passing touchdowns, if we don't see a 100-yard receiver from one of the Giants, then it's like really need to reevaluate Jason Garrett, especially going against his former team, dude. This is the whole reason. This is one of the major reasons we brought him in, is to have some kind of success against the Dallas Cowboys, who we struggled against. Let's go. This is the Jason Garrett game, okay? If Jason Garrett can't figure out his old defense, can't figure out the old personnel, can't figure out how to take them apart, as every other NFL team that's faced them so far has taken them apart and had success, you have to seriously reconsider Jason Garrett as your offensive coordinator. I don't even know what the next step is. And I know that's kind of herky-jerky, emotion-based type rationale and thinking, but I mean, you got to do something. You have to do something. I don't know who takes over play calling if he's fired, or if you take away play calling from him. Maybe it's the quarterback's coach, Skopinski. Maybe it's someone else, but you got to get someone else in there that can give us a better shot. I don't care what the talent is that you're rolling out there. You got to get to know your talent better. And if you don't know by week 5, and if we put up 9 points against the fucking Cowboys defense, heads are got to roll. They just have to. Just from an optics standpoint, you can't keep rolling out the same shtick and hope it'll stick. Giants offense, we're dead last in scoring, less than 12 points per game, and we're pretty much bottom of the barrel in most statistical categories except for passing attempts. I think we're top 5 there. And then there's the defense. We are 12th of 32 in scoring, like I mentioned, giving up around 24 points per game. If you throw out the last quarter and a half of the 49ers game, we're even better, probably top 5. So 7th in first downs allowed, which is important, because that means that we're not giving up a ton of first downs. It's just we're giving up crucial first downs. The third down efficiency is where we need to get better. So I think it's pretty obvious what we need to do here. Attack, attack, attack. No more running the ball on first down. No more blah, vanilla pass routes. Let's crisscross applesauce all over the Cowboys secondary. I want Evan Engram running across the field, 5 to 10 yards down the field. I want Darius Slayton pushing vertical. I want Ratley pushing deep digs. I want all of that, every single passing play. And just when they've got you, they umbrella defense you to death and prevent defense you and decide we're going to take away all your mid to deep routes, hit him underneath with Freeman, Lewis, Gallman, and hit him that way. Not having Vander Esch, not having Sean Lee, huge. And our defense, I really think that even though this is a potent offense, Cowboys offense, it scores a lot of points, they're not going to do it against this defense. I've got a tremendous amount of faith in this Giants defense and confidence built after last week. I view the second half of the 49ers game as an anomaly, as an outlier. I think that they're finally coming together. Patrick Graham knows what he has in this team. He has the guys that he wants now after some tinkering And I know there are some concerns from some Giants beat reporters about shuffling the roster and it's confusing and whatnot. Well, you got to keep moving, and you got to keep, tinkering until you figure it out, until you figure out that formula that's going to get you some W's. And I think on the defensive side of the ball, they're very close to getting that. David Mayo has come off IR, is practicing. Jabril Peppers is limited in practice, so we probably won't see them this week. But the fact that they're coming back spells only good things for this defense. Only good things for this defense. We're getting a little more depth back into the rotation. I'd like to see more out of Tate Crowder, and hopefully Fackrell's okay. But this, in my estimation, this is a winnable game. This is winnable. Our defense can keep the Cowboys offense in check. The Cowboys defense is susceptible to a lot of yards, a lot of points. If our offense can't get in gear against the league's worst scoring defense, I think I don't know what you got to do, but you got to do something. You really got to shake things up on offense. I don't know if that means bringing up some guys from the practice squad, wide receiver wise, Bachman, Victor, Mack, giving them some reps. But you gotta start playing with you make a trade, a wide receiver, give up someone for just a number 2 guy. Right now Slayton's kind of a number 2. Tate's like a 3. You don't have a 1, but let's get a 1B or a 2A kind of guy in here to at least help us out. And they're starting to utilize Evan Ingram better, but let's stop with these run straight ahead and stop and turn around routes. They're not working. They're just not working at all. So I expect 2-3 sacks, maybe 4 sacks of the Giants defense. I expect we'll hold. It's tough to say you'll hold Prescott to under 300 yards because I feel like we're going to shut down Ezekiel Elliott. They're not going to be able to run the ball. He'll be held to under 100 yards rushing, which means Prescott's probably going to put up a bunch of passing attempts, especially if our offense is able to score. So will this be a high-scoring affair? We haven't really seen one from the Giants yet, so I would think we'll probably fall in line with that. But we're Cowboys are favored by 8 or 9. I know I keep saying this, and I know I've steered you wrong every single week. I was wrong against the spread against the Niners. I was wrong against the spread against the Rams. I think this is the one that I get. I think we're definitely going to cover 9 or 8 points. And we have a very good opportunity just to steal a win here. And if you do, hey, we're actually not. I tweeted this out last week. I was like, if we just win our division, sweep our division, there's a chance we could go 6-10. All our wins are in the NFC East, and we win the NFC East. And we get the number 4 seed as a 6-10 team. You see what's going on around the NFC East, and it's not pretty. Washington's in a state of flux with Haskins getting benched and Chase Young being hurt. Cowboys have a lot of injuries. They're not great on defense at all. They'll solely depend on their offense to try and carry the team. And the Eagles are inconsistent, is what I can say. I did not think the Eagles were going to beat the Niners. And of course, Nick Mullins decides to make me look bad after I said he's probably should be considered a starter, full-time starter as opposed to a spot starter. Of course, he let me down big time. And CJ Beathard comes in and leads a scoring drive. But, I think the Eagles have the defense. Of all the teams, their offense is just shattered. They've got injuries all over the place on offense. So I don't see them doing much on offense, but they're doing enough, apparently. And that defense is pretty solid. So, I think it's the Cowboys and Eagles that are probably going to battle for first, but I think you give the edge to the Eagles because of their defensive prowess. And the Cowboys are just hanging on for dear life, clinging to that offense. So is there an opportunity for the Giants to sneak in there? Absolutely. Yeah, we're 0-4. The Eagles are in first or 1-2-1. So honestly, I think, we have the defense to carry us. We just need the offense to give us 1 to 2 touchdown scoring drives per game. We can pull it out, as opposed to 3 field goals. If you can get 3 scoring drives, half your drives are scoring drives, That's good, but 21 points looks better than 9. How do we get to 21 as opposed to 9? How do we get to just fucking above 12? You know, it's like defense gave up, I'll say 19 in the first game. I won't say 26 because there was one drive that was just not on them. Next game was 19 points, something like that. Next game was 36. We take away like 1 to 2 of the scoring drives because we put them in a really bad position. And then the last game, 17 points with it's one broken coverage play away from being like, they gave up 10 points. So can we score 2 touchdowns and a field goal? I don't think that's much to ask, especially against this defense. Such a bad defense. With a coach who has been there for so long and knows the personnel that if you're going to win one game or if your offense is going to have a big day, it's got to be this one.